All right, everybody, in America's election headquarters, we get back to politics right now, and it's hard to believe, but there's only 9 days left before Election Day. While many polls show President Obama and Governor Romney running neck and neck, there are signs that the momentum may actually be shifting, and it could have something to do with how Americans view the candidates. Take a look at this Gallup daily tracking poll over the past few days showing the president's approval rating plunging. In fact, losing 7 points in just a few days. Quite a jump. David Hawkings is the editor of CQ Roll Call Daily Briefing. David, thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Jamie. 7
points. It's a big difference, more than we had seen in quite a while. How much weight do you place in that poll?
That's right. It happened once before this spring. To be honest, I'm a little bit skeptical of this poll. Gallup, as you may know, and you might have reported this in the past, seems to have been tracking a little bit more negative towards the president, positive towards Romney than almost all the other polls. It is also, what's interesting to me is that there doesn't seem to be any real reason why in that 1 week, which has essentially started the morning of the debate and goes until Friday, what about the president's job performance might have caused such a big swoon. Potentially, it's that after that debate, he became a full-time candidate, so maybe people were saying he should be doing things that are more presidential instead of more political. Who knows, maybe his reaction to the storm in the next couple of days will change that.
David, don't bury the lead. Libya and the reaction to Libya, now that all the information comes out about what the administration knew before, during, and after 9/11? You forgot to mention it.
No, I did. You're right. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. That could be it, too. But what is also true is that that approval rating you showed should be matching with the number that Gallup is asking about re-election. And it isn't. It was way too high before, and now it's too low.
Okay, point taken. Let me throw one more interesting development at you and ask your opinion on it. The Des Moines Register has not in decades endorsed a Republican. Not in decades. Now, they have said that Governor Romney, and they make some very interesting points about, look, it's the economy that's most important to people, and even though both President Obama and Governor Romney are Harvard Law graduates and they're good family men, when it comes to running a business and getting people back to work, which we know at least 23 million people are concerned about right now, Governor Romney is the man for the job. And the Des Moines Register coming out with their endorsement for Governor Romney.
Right, huge in Iowa, potentially. Iowa's obviously completely stuck in the polls. The president seems to have had more of his people coming out in the early voting, but the statewide polling in Iowa is showing Romney's gaining momentum in recent days. 6 electoral votes could be dispositive. It really does look like it could come down to a margin of victory in the Electoral College in the single digits either way. So this one matters. It's also the case that the Des Moines Register has gotten this endorsement correct in all 5 of the last races for the popular vote. In other words, they endorsed Al Gore in 2000. He got most of the popular vote. So they've picked the popular vote winner 5 times in a row. So it's a pretty good bellwether.
We're going to take a look at that in our next hour, too, the popular vote versus the electoral vote. But another point that they make is actually who in the office would be able to stimulate businesses, have a plan that gets small businesses back on their feet, and therefore you have hiring. Do you see that as the most important issue in our country right now?
Well, it's not up to me to say. I'm just one voter, but sure, that's certainly what the voters are saying. It's also why several other papers, in addition to the Des Moines Register, I think there are essentially 8 major metropolitan dailies now that endorsed Barack Obama 4 years ago that have now switched to Mitt Romney. That seems to be the main reason why they're citing. So sure, this does seem to, in the end, it's going to come back to where it's been sort of all along, which is job creation is what's going to decide people's vote.
Okay, I'm glad at least together we were able to take a look at all of these in conjunction so that you get a real full picture. Thank you so much. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much.